I think I'm just a little delayed on this. Sorry, I'm running just a few seconds late, everybody. I mistimed the opening. Looks like you all enjoyed the opening. I think so. Chat seems to be a buzz with the new map. Everybody seemed to like that. Let me make sure. Yep, audio looks good. Give me a 5x5, somebody, just to make sure we're live and everybody's listening. Hey, happy Sunday, everyone. This is a retroCombs live stream. We did one of these about 2 weeks ago. We're doing another one today, and I'm looking forward to it. And you know, this is really a situation of bad timing, guys. In about an hour, the World Cup is going on. The big soccer thing, the big FIFA, all that thing is going on, and it's just not something I've been keeping up with ever since. Ever. I was going to say since the U.S. lost, but I really didn't keep up with them much either. So it's just not been my sport. But if you're planning on bugging out of here at 3 to watch the big game, I completely understand, because as soon as this is over, I will probably go upstairs and watch. Is it Spain and Argentina? I think go at it. And so missing the first half, no biggie. It's interesting too, because I just learned this morning that they're going to have a halftime show for a soccer tournament. That's new, right? I don't think we've ever done that before. I guess we're Americanizing soccer while they're here and giving them the big halftime show. So maybe we'll get done in time for you to go wherever and watch the halftime show. I'm not interested in any of the artists that are there. They're just not retro enough for me. So anyway, we've got a big day planned. I'm really kind of looking forward to this. We have let me just go over what I have. So first of all, I've got everything here all laid out. Hopefully I have everything. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I've forgotten something. So at some point I'm probably gonna have to run away and grab it. I'm not sure what that something is, but I feel like I'm missing something. But we do have quite a bit going on today. We are going to, for this live stream, do a couple of things, a lot of things actually. We'll see how it goes, but we are going to, first thing, we're going to check in on a few of the latest magazines in our favorite hobby, retro computing. So we'll check those out. We also have a couple of news items to talk about, plus an update on the CallBack, big update on the CallBack. We'll talk about that a little bit. I know you're just excited to talk about Commodore's new phone. I'm just know you are. So I'm looking forward to sharing some new news, maybe not new news for you, but we'll just get caught up on the news together. I am also going to update you on a couple of additional cores for the MEGA65. So that should be exciting and fresh and fraught with error. That's sure to happen. And then we're going to look at some fresh homebrews. We've got some Commodore 64 homebrews that I haven't taken a look at. And the goal for the homebrew is not to dig into them deep. It's to give you just enough information to say, hey, is this something I'm interested in? And then you go out and get that yourself. I'm also really pleased to announce I've been looking for a way for my producers and executive producers to get more value out of their membership. And I appreciate memberships at all levels. Don't get me wrong. I love that you all joined. As a matter of fact, I think I saw earlier, who was that? Somebody was celebrating. Beatles, was that you? Yeah, Beatles was celebrating. I don't know if I can bring it up on the screen. I don't think that's going to come up in the chat. It does not show in the chat on the yellow box, but if you go in the chat, Beatles is celebrating 3 months as a VIC-20 member. Outstanding. Congratulations on that. And so right now he's got a little emoji next to his name. It says he's at the 2 month. I think your next new emoji is at 6 months. I think is how that works, is what I've created. But I do appreciate all of you. But for my producers and executive producers, I've decided I'm going to start giving you a little something extra for your time, your patience with me, and your support, obviously. So in the Discord, be on the lookout. You are going to get the new, and this is kind of funny, the new retroCombs disc magazine. Only it's not on disc. It's just a zip file. So I guess I would call it the zip magazine. And what that's going to be is everything I share here. I've got a really, I think I can show that to you. Hold on. I wasn't going to show it to you, but I think I can show it to you. Let me see if I can, I think I can do this. I have, let me see, can I bring up the disc mag menu so that everybody can see it? I think so, but I've been working on this. I don't know why. I just feel like I have weight, but here you go. The retroCombs disc mag. You will get this in the producer channel, which is only available to executive producers and producers, and you will have access to the show notes for this deal. You will have access to files I use, a bunch of things that'll just make your experience with some of the things I'm talking about easier. So again, those are for producer levels, C128, the Bill Hurd level, and the MEGA25 level. So MEGA65 level. So again, just kind of working on things to give you all more value for your money. So look forward to that, sharing those with you. So You guys, the great thing about that is anything you see on here, any software I share, you're going to get links to it, all that business. So it's going to be kind of cool, I think. I hope so anyway. We'll see. You guys can let me know in the producer channel of the Discord. We'll talk about memberships as we get going here in just a little bit. But before we do that, let's see what we have. Let's see who we have in chat and what it's looking like for today. Yeah, it's down a little bit. We're only at 37 folks for today. So again, not unexpected given the day it is. I did have several days to actually promote this one. So I was hoping, but I just got nailed by the soccer game. So I do want to say hello to Marcus. Marcus, good to have you here from Wiesbaden, Germany, my hometown. Say hometown, where I was born, right? And I also need to thank somebody here. Let's see if I can find it. Looks like I saw an early super chat. Where was that? I think I saw one in here. I believe it was. Why isn't it showing up? Let's see. Here it is right here. There we go. Xander starting us with the super chat. So Xander, thank you so much for being a great supporter of the channel. Xander, use that little super chat button down there to make sure it's working for us. So looking good. It is working today. So thank you for that. That is illegal in FIFA terms, half an hour, halftime, but yeah, is it going to allow? Yes, they are. They're making some concessions now that they're in the United States. Let's see exactly who we have in before we hit our unboxing. I do have that cool feature where I'm going to turn on viewer credits. Let's see how chatty some of you have been. So I'm going to go in here and click. And it looks like we have Evil J. Evil J's been busy. Evil J, I think, won for the very first chat in our chat room for this live stream. Xander is here. Good morning, eve, night to you, Xander. Good to have you here. Java J, one of our newest producers, is here. Java J, good to have you here. Came in at the, I think, Commodore 128 level. Taro is here. Jan is here. Jan, I can't remember. I'm sorry. Beatles is here. Mr. Land Phil is here. Marcus is here. Hey, Motorade online. I'm going to come back to you in just a minute. DeYong is here. Jamie Sackshak is here. Hey, look, I'm here. Neil is here. Claudio, good to have you, Claudio. Claudio, is this your first live stream with us? I don't remember. LD is here. PC Expert is here, has been here. Jupewise, good to have you here. Stuart Geddes is here. Zedless is back. Rialto the Marvelifi is here. Good to have you back. And M. Osmantaleman. Almost got it right. Good to have you back. And I think this is, most of you are new. The reason I said Motorade is, hey, Motorade, you need to send me an email. You snuck in on me. Motorade is actually an executive producer for the channel. And so I was going through looking, and Motorati, I had not seen that you had actually signed it because I don't get notifications. I don't know why I don't get notifications when people sign up, but he is our newest executive producer. So Motorati, if you want to get into our Discord and get all the perks and benefits, send me an email at retrocombs@icloud.com. Also, you can DM me on Discord, and that'll get you in so that you get all the perks that come with being an executive producer. Plus, I need to get you a wrench. Well, it's not a wrench anymore. It's something else. And I need to figure out how to do that. So hopefully I'll do that. So Motorade, if you would chime in there and let me know if you're interested in that, we will get that going. Okay. So again, thank you for your support of the channel. It's good to have you here as an executive producer at the MEGA65 level. Pretty cool. All right, let's kind of go through here. Let's do the, I keep thinking eventually I'm going to have it where when I do this, some kind of sound effect pops up, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And I'm not even sure what that sound effect is, but we're going to look at some gear. So let's go ahead and see if I can get my top down. So I want to give you a kind of an update on some things that have been going on. First of all, and I've got a top down view for you today. We're not going to be mixing around a lot of different views, make it easy. If you're in my Discord, you've already heard this, so you all can go to sleep for a few minutes, but I had a 3D printer issue. It seized hard. I mean, there's filament in the feeder. It was gooey and it was thick, and I had to break it down. But the reason I was doing all that is because I've been wanting to design a holder. This is the CX40 by Atari. It's the wireless joystick that has the dongle with the 9-pin for our retro computers. And I have a bunch of those, I think it's Skatus or Scatus, I'm not sure which one, boards, those IKEA peg boards. As a matter of fact, there is one behind me. You can see it right here. So what I wanted to do was create a really cool, if I can, I don't think it'll focus. Yeah, a really cool holder that I can put in there. And then you put I'm just so excited about this. You put this in here and then here on the front. So you got this little piece here and then that will drop right here. Did I get that right? Yeah, I did. Sit right there. And then you can plug that into your pegboard and you can display that proudly. Of course, you can make those any colors, but I even put the little Atari logo in there. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. And just super thrilled. Did all that in FreeCAD. So kind of just exploring the whole world of 3D printing and making things for the studio. So pretty excited about it. Eventually I will share that. I've got a few little minor glitches I want to make, but I've got another one printing in there right now. So but one of the other things I did is just kind of giving you guys, one of the things that I needed was a radius measurement tool. So I found this online. This is pretty cool. Need to know what the radius of that arc is right there. Let me go ahead and get this thing here, and you just push that in there and you make sure it touch, and then you've got a little dial right there and tells you. So this was very helpful. Very helpful. This is all snap fit. This is pretty cool. This is in the Bamboo Studio thing. It is pretty cool. Highly recommend this if you need to measure your radius. This is radii. There we go. All right, so just a couple of things happening in the world of 3D printing. I know a bunch of you are in that space. We actually have a channel on the Discord where we talk about 3D printing, and I believe Evil J has who's in the chat, has a big project going on right now himself. So check that out. By the way, the drink of choice for today will be, I know y'all are just curious, it will be the L8 Blackberry for today. Whew, I need it too. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next thing, which is, of course, our magazines. And I put these in the thumbnail. We do these every time they come in. So about once a month, we get a chance to go through the latest issue of Zzap, 64, and Compute. And I'm really kind of excited about the Compute one. I'm curious what we have in this issue of Zzap 64. And as we always do, we'll just kind of take a quick cursory review to see what's in here. See if you want to run out there and grab a copy for yourself. Man, these are getting hot. Excuse me a minute. Let me get rid of those. Woo, hot. I need to get some air moving down here. So this is the June, July, and you can see we have our index page. We have our Commodore corner. Oh, there is a MEGA65 section for this one. Outstanding. We have Bonkers, looks like a game that's featured. Ronnie Rollback, it looks really nice. One of the things that kind of prompted this live stream with Homebrews was this magazine, and request from a couple of viewers said, why don't we do some more Commodore 64 stuff on the MEGA65? So we are doing that. That's what we are doing today. We have our cover mount madness. Haven't done this in a while, but each issue of Zzap 64 comes with a disc magazine as well called Cover Mount, and you can play all the games that are in here, which are kind of nice. We have our legendary reviewing system. We've all seen that. What? I can't even, Christian, there we go. I'll get it right. I can't even read this afternoon rather, is reviewed in here. Escape from Petskeep. Now that looks interesting. I may have to check that out. 83% overall seems like a pretty good one. 84% on Superstar Chefs. Looks like some good games we need to check out. Here's some hardware stuff on the SID. Here's our Zzap 64 interview. Looks like this is with, I knew I shouldn't have said it, Lasse Orni, or Orni, I think is how you pronounce it. Looks like a cool game. Here's Steel Ranger 2. We've all heard of Steel Ranger. Steel Ranger 2 looks just as good, 93%. Holy smokes, we need to try that one out too. Here's your radar for the games. And then let's see, we have Commodore Corner, the Slimline Strikes Back. So getting kind of updated on, we're going to talk about Commodore sales here in just a little bit. MEGA65, the Dark Reaper game is featured in here. This is really cool. This is on the file host at the MEGA65, and it is looking really, really good. Something I will probably take a look at some point in the future. Quick zaps, so on and so forth. Some community stuff. Looks like another great, and I've got some travel this week, so this is perfect. Oh, look at this, +4 games. Look at that, a couple of VIC-20 games. I'm digging that. I'm glad that we are branching out a little bit. That's very good. Yogi, wow, Yogi didn't do so well. Here's Archon's back. Ooh, 90%. Is this a new one from the Greek? Is this a new version, or is this The original. I'm not sure. We'll have to come back to that. All right. So there you go. There is Zzap 64, the latest issue. Let's, I haven't checked in on chat. Let's check on chat, see how you guys are doing. Let me also go back here and there we go. Okay. We got some folks hanging in there today. So let's go back in and check on you. Greetings from Germany, says Death Row. Death Row 996. Ooh, that's deadly from Death Row. Love gear. Good, Mr. Landfill. Appreciate it. When retroCombs gear pops up, I make a sound for it. Thank you for doing that. Could you record that and send that to me? And we'll play whatever that sounds like, Beatles. That's pretty cool. I see a new Zzap 64 in the dope bend envelope. There it is. That's right. Gear equals sound of gears grinding and shift. I like that, Taro. I am signed up. Here we go. Motorati, since a long time, but have changed my YouTube panel. I'm actually, Martin, there you go, Martin. Okay. Well, there, I was trying to figure out what was going on. Thank you for that, Martin. Yes, Martin isn't new. I know Martin. So, all right, Martin. So thank you. I got to remember Motor Martin. Got it. So good to have you. By the way, still though, I don't think, Martin, we have gifted you with the coveted, it used to be the wrench tool so that you could help moderate chat, post links, all those types of things. I need to get you hooked up for that. I'll see if I can get that done for us so that you get the full benefits of your executive producer. And that's what the executive producer means, is you get to have influence on the chat room. How about that? That's what everybody wants. That's a sweet caddy for the Atari controller. Thank you, Beatles. Appreciate it. Eventually I will post that. So 3D printed Atari logo came out really good for a 0.4. Yeah, it's actually a little too small. I should have used a 0.2. Well, I couldn't, not a 0.2 to paint it, but yeah, it's not bad. You can see if you get real close here, and I'll pull it up here, you can kind of see, come on, focus on. You can kind of see it's not as good as it looks from a distance, right? And it, I was just learning how to use the painting tool in Bamboo. So yeah, there's a few things, but it's kind of tiny. That's why, but yeah, good enough, I think. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Was it an HP printer? It was not an HP printer. No, that's hilarious. Hello from Lucerne. Hey, Nobru, good to have you here. I'll bring up the map here in just a minute. I think that the cover image on the Zzap is for the new Smell My Foot game. Smell My Foot game. I like that. Oh, that's cute. Oh, yeah, there you go. Smell My Foot. Yes. Very, very funny. Beatles. Not Beatles. Who was that? Of course, I should have known. Evil J. Love Zzap cover mounts. They always have some fun times within. Yeah, maybe we need to do those again. New Ghostbusters. Hey, we're going to be talking. Hold that thought. We're going to come back to that, Death Row. Love Ghostbusters. That'll be fun to play. Yep, we're going to come back and talk about that. I can record it and upload it on Discord. There you go. It'd be perfect. I can't wait to hear it. Yeah, 0.2 millimeter nozzle would be better, but of course, longer print times. Yes, especially because I would have to use the 0.2 for the whole thing. Whole thing only, it prints. It takes 11 minutes, it seems like, for just the Bamboo to, set up everything level and do all that. The whole print was about 25 minutes. So it's not a bad print either. retroCombs, cheers. Nice to see a good old Commodore pet in your, oh, thank you. Death Row, I think this is your first live stream with us, isn't it? So good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us today. Java J says, seriously, Archon was a huge game. Yeah, we had a little Archon kerfuffle in the Discord a couple of years ago. Bill Hurd challenged me to a game of Archon and then decided that he wasn't going to play against me. He was going to have June play against me. And we never finished that because I just felt like it was bait and switch. I thought I was going to be able to play Bill Hurd and Archon and beat him. So I didn't get that opportunity. So yeah, some people ask about our relationship with Bill Hurd in the chat. He just pops in every once in a while into the Discord, and we've had some fun. So it's good. And so that's why I'm excited to talk about what a segue, right? Let's go into the next Computes Gazette because I am super excited about this. And I'm 4 issues behind, so I'll be taking a couple of issues, or at least, yeah, probably 2 issues with me on this travel I have this week. But here is the latest one. I cannot wait to dig into this. This is for the Commodore 128's 40th. 3 machines, 1 vision, and what comes next. I love this picture of Bill on the front with his long 70s hair. My gosh. And so I don't want to dig into this too much, but this is got a little bent right here. I'm not digging that, mailman, but that's all right. It's a magazine, right? Let it go, Steven. And let's see what else we have in here. Bill Hurd's masterpiece. Here it is. So if you are a Commodore 128 person, I would head over to Compute Now and grab this issue. I think you're going to enjoy this read. I am looking forward to it. Lots of good memories for me. Commodore 128 over there. I went from a VIC-20 to a Commodore 128 pretty much. I had a 64 like for a very brief amount of time, but went right to the 128. Love that machine. Love Geos 128. As I've said over and over, oh my gosh, we're getting a little racy in here in the pixelated sexiness. Oh goodness, Family Channel people. I went right to, where was I? Geos 128, yep. And then used it in college for lab reports and everything else. People could not believe I was using a Commodore and not a Mac. So really appreciate the time I had with Commodore 128 to get me through college. So some other articles here. What do we have? Hydron, a brand new vertical shoot 'em up in development for the Amiga. So we got some Amiga news. Here's Ghost and Goblins, a little review there. Got some stuff here, Lost and Found. Hey, this looks like a full read. Some of these magazines you say, am I going to read everything? This is one magazine I tend to go page by page. Here it is, the GEOS column, GEOS Games in Praise of Unproductivity. That's what you all are doing today. You're being very unproductive by hanging out with me. So thank you for that. Imagine you haven't logged onto a BBS since 1986. Love the War Games reference there. So another great Compute magazine. I am super excited about this one. This one, I may have to put it one of the other ones I haven't read aside. I'm trying to go in order because when you read the letters, right, they kind of, reference the past issue and things like that. So I don't know. I don't know that I need to be that particular about it, but there you go. There is Compute's Gazette, Bill Hurd's masterpiece. There is a Zzap, and there's a couple of things for you in the section I like to call, and I'm going to put it up here so Beatles can do his little sound to himself, the gear section. There you go. All right. Now, we just caught up over here. Bill just popped in the cover. Yes, he did. The cover pops because of Bill. That is for sure. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Played Archon. I played on the Atari XL first. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, kind of fell on a couple of different platforms, I believe. The remastered Ghostbusters looks really nice. We'll come back and talk about that. Evil J says, you did the smart thing not playing against June. Saw her playing a game at VCF Southwest, and she was pretty good. Yeah, I knew I was going to play June. June, yeah, she would have destroyed me. As much I could have practiced days, and I would not have won that one. Mr. Landfill says, 40 years, time flies. No doubt, right? Kind of crazy. Bill has the same haircut and cover that I do now. Get out of here. You do not, Evil J. Compute's Gazette is terrific. Every issue is brilliant. It's getting better. It's definitely getting better. It's starting to feel a little bit more like the original too, which I like. Yes, you may, Java J. You're welcome under our wings. You can't help it. That's exactly right. C128, Sarah says, one machine, one horrible hardware bug that made some Z80 instructions unusable. Yeah, that was a shame. Gotta go purchase the PDF of the latest Gazette. Hey, there you go. Definitely can do that. Great way to support it as well. Excuse me. Should have hit my cough button. Did not. Still think the C128 was the best machine Commodore ever shipped. And I'm glad you said ship because I do believe that the C65 would have been a lot of fun too. Although I'm not sure. I probably still would have loved the 128. Commodore 128, a tripolar computer. I love that. Tripolar, I like it. C128 was also my first Commodore, says Xander. You can get a PDF of Gazette. I need to get that. Yes, you can get a PDF of Gazette, all of the past ones. You can do that. As a matter of fact, if you have a print subscription, you get that included. So I always download it and have the printed version. I know people are saying, why don't you just read the electronic version and just leave all those in the bags because surely they'll be worth something one day. No, they won't. Not for me. I like to read a magazine. Nice Gazette memories of Sam Fox strip poker coming to my mind. Okay. We're learning a little something about Mr. Death Row. There you go. Boomerman Dan says, howdy. Howdy back. I'm sorry. Java J said howdy to Boomerman. There we go. I got it now. Once I got my 128, I almost never used any other C64 or the SX, which I have an SX over there. I know it just kind of sits there. Commodore 128 was the computer I coveted so much when I had my victory. See, that's why I went from there to there. Looks like, hey, our executive producer is here. Mislav, hey, good to have you here. Mislav has been a member for 37 months. Look at that. Holy smokes, good to have you here. Mislav does have capability to boot people from chat. So remember, we like to keep it family friendly here. He can also post links for us. So because he is an executive producer, Jamie is one, and Motorate is one. So, or Martin, as we say. And Martin, again, I don't believe I've ever gifted you the opportunity to work the chat room if you want to do that. Now, also Amiga 500, 1200, Commodore 16 plus 4 C64s in my collection. Nice collection. No, really, my hair's that long. It's just, is it really Evil J? Well, I'm going to find out at Vintage Computer Festival Midwest. So look forward to seeing it. You'll see. There you go. You'll see. And you know, no, we'll talk about it later. Chrome Gray. I like that. Hi, Mislav. We have Miss Mislav. Exactly. Mislav hadn't been able to join us in a while. Mislav, we're going to talk a little Amiga stuff here in just a little bit. As a matter of fact, we're going to fire up the Amiga core on the MEGA65. Teaser, spoiler alert, the C64U is my first Commodore. Is it really, Boomerang Dan? Oh, wow, that is pretty cool that's the way you are experiencing it for the first time. All right, hey, speaking of, let me go ahead and just check, make sure everything's looking good here. Hey, 44 of you, thanks for joining us on a FIFA weekend. So let's go ahead and dig in. All right, so what I don't know is if Beatles has a separate one for the news. All right, let's go, try to make this thing as professional as I can, folks. Let's see, let's go into our news. Now to do that, I need to come over here and let's go back over to our view over here with the Mac. And again, for my executive producers, you're going to get the first issue of the retroCombs disc mag. I hope you're excited about that as I am. So I know. I also have this really cool thing that you will get in your disc mag where if you want to open all the links to the news items that I'm covering here today, you'll be able to do that. You see right here, you click that and it opens them all up. And that's what I've done to prepare for this live stream. So the very first thing we want to talk about is we want to hit the, what's this called? This is called the Commodore Ultimate Sales Tracker. We kind of like to every kind of live stream, see where things are. We're not as interested in maybe the C64U, although it is a data point of interest for some of us. Looks like we're at about 27,000 of those bad boys sold. That's not bad. But we have been tracking here recently the CallBack. This is the phone. And what's been interesting about the phone is it peaked here. It peaked or had more sales at the very beginning than even the C64 Ultimate did. And then it started to kind of peak off, but it is still trending up. And it looks like we're at about 10,000. They're claiming 10,000. According to the Commodore Sales Tracker, they're only about 93 or in some change. So kind of interesting. Here's hourly sales momentum, last 5 days right here. You can see that. So again, this link will be provided for those in the disc mag. You can find this just by doing a search for the Commodore Sales Tracker. It'll pop up. And here you can see the all-time breakdown by model. Love this. And so by model is, so the Starlight, the basic beige, the Founders Edition, you can see that C64, and then the C64C. So you can see what's trending. And it looks like, as we probably suspected, the beige, basic beige bread box, BBBBB, that'd be the 4Bs, is doing better than any of them. So really kind of interesting. And then you can see the CallBack sales here. It looks like the CallBack Starlight is the #1 selling CallBack, which is not surprising to me. So yeah, so there you go. So again, just kind of like that. And I thought I'd share that. Well, by the way, somebody's asking for a map update. Let's check it out. Here's our map update. Did we get somebody, Mr. Landfill, one to hello from Michigan? I just saw that. And there, yeah, map did update there for you, Mr. Landfill. Outstanding. Yeah, keep that map going. Remember, just say hello from, and you choose the location yourself. It doesn't dox you or anything like that. It's doing all that based on what you put, not looking at your IP, not looking at your YouTube count, none of that. It's just a feature that's built into the yellow box that I really like. All right, let's go back to, wrong news one. Got to have the one with my little face so you can see me react. That's the big thing, right? You got to see me react to stuff. I don't know why. That's a big thing on the internets, as we say. The next thing I want to talk about is, this is an interesting one. Let me see if I can bring up the email. I meant to bring up the email. We all received, this is what I forgot. Maybe this is what I forgot. It wasn't hardware. Maybe it was just this. I did forget to bring one thing up. Let's go ahead and bring up the, I believe it is, where is, Here? Let's see. I'm missing a, oh no. Where is it? Hold on. It was a PDF of an email I received. Holy smokes, why isn't it in my thing here? Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can find it. Bear with me. This is exactly what I thought. I'd forgotten something. And so let me see if I can find it here. Let me go back in here. That's not it. Well, rats. Hold on. Let me, so this is real time, folks. You're going to watch me see if I can find this email so that I can bring it up for you. I had a PDF. I was pretty sure I downloaded a PDF. Let me just make sure I didn't miss. Sometimes during the live streams, yeah, here. You guys will look at the map while I'm doing this. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Let's pull up from... You can hear me typing frantically, trying to search for this thing. Here it is. I found it. Okay, I found it as an email. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the email for you. All right. And nope, that's not the one. Shoot. There's another one. This is not the, let's try this one. Is this it? No. Oh my, I cannot believe I can't find this. Well, I'm not going to hold us up here. I'm not sure. There was one, the reason I'm a little upset is this was going to be, oh wait, here it is. Let's get into it. Maybe this is it. Found it. All right, here we go. Woo, gosh, holy smoke. Sorry guys. And this does not make for good live streaming, I'm sure. But so let me go ahead and I'm going to scroll over here and I am going to bring this over here. And so this was the email we received. So let me blow this up for you. It says, the callback pre-order has been live for 2 weeks now. Stephen Combs, got to get personal with me. We love seeing the conversation that started, the enthusiasm, the curiosity, and yes, the questions you had to, if you're still deciding. So here's the thing. We feel... Well, it says, will I feel, so here's some of the questions and answers. Will I feel cut off without a browser or social media? So we're going to go through just a few of these and see what we think. The people in your life, your Signal and WhatsApp groups. I don't use Signal or WhatsApp. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't use either of those. Your maps, your music, none of that goes anywhere. Web pages can still open when critical, such as two-factor authentication, which makes sense. You can use that. It evidently has a basic web browser. I would assume you can use text-based two-factor authentication and of course QR codes because it does have a nice camera. What CallBack removes is the layer that exists to dominate our attention. The feeds nobody asked for. Only problem is a lot of those feeds people asked for. I guess I'm still struggling with that. Again, it looks like it's going to be a sort of successful product. So I'm not poo-pooing the idea of the phone. I'm just saying some of these things just seem like sometimes you just don't want to say anything and just let it go. The notifications engineered to pull you back in. The work chat, well, that I agree with. If I can pull off my work chat, that would be pretty good. Not for this stuff, for the paying gig. You're still connected. Will it work with my SIM card and network provider? So here are the networks it will work with. So if you had those questions, isn't the price too much? Isn't it too much for a flip phone? The callback isn't competing with a $50 burner. It never was. This is what I found interesting. You're replacing a phone that costs $1,000 and was built to keep you coming back. The callback was built to do the opposite. Then he says, we have new tooling, a bespoke Commodore PCB. So this is not some phone that we just grabbed and slapped a logo on and an OS, according to him. A hinge rated at 200,000 openings and a custom Sailfish OS, which we kind of knew that, by the former Nokia team, which that was pretty interesting. I don't know that I had seen that. No carrier is subsidizing the price in exchange for your data, which is true. A lot of those flip phones, especially those flip phones that you buy at the box stores, you can get them basically for free. But you can also, if you go to some of the Chinese providers, I won't use brands here, you can find them for about $50 that are similar. But again, I don't think they're the same thing. And remember, callback is available starting at $3.99 for a short period of time. And he says, do the specs justify the cost? A 48 megapixel Sony camera means you don't need a separate camera for family photos or scanning QR codes. Has a DAC chip, 4 gigabytes of RAM, has those HD IEM earphones, which I did order, so we can take a look at those. The CallBack is the first minimalist phone built to premium standards. Won't disagree on that for sure. And then this is the thing that I've been really concerned about, that T9 way of, entering data. The keypad is a deliberate choice, not a limitation. It makes communication intentional rather than reflexive. I don't know. And with WhatsApp, Signal on the CallBack, your group chats, whatever, I don't use either one of those. So again, that's not speaking to me, but I know it does. Is this actually Commodore or just a brand license? This is actually Commodore, he says. The IP, the heritage, the original team members. And then he goes on to say Albert Charpentier, co-creator of legendary SID chip, is involved with the phone. Interesting. And of course, we've known that Leonard Tramiel, the son of Commodore's founder, is involved. He is the chief Tramiel officer, as they like to call him. They both offered inputs into this product launch. So kind of interesting. And then I love this question. Why don't I just end up carrying 2 phones? Because I'm pretty sure that would be me. Some people do, and that's fine. A CallBack for evenings, weekends, and family time, your smartphone for work. That makes sense. Leave your big phone at home, take your CallBack with you for emergencies. Although, if you're using Lyft or Uber, will that still work on this phone, or you're not going to be able to get home once you leave? I think that's something we need to find out. It says it's powerful enough not only to be your phone, but maps, messaging, camera, music, hotspot. I like the hotspot. That's kind of cool. The full picture of what you actually reach for without the rest. I got you. Dual SIM slots allow for multiple numbers or roaming SIM cards. So then there you go. It is a beautiful little flip phone. I will say that, especially the Starlight. I do have the Founders Edition coming in, as you all know, and we will take a look at that at a live stream. Sorry it took me so long to get that one, guys. I feel really bad that happened. So let me close up everything over here so it doesn't interfere. Let's see if you have any other additional thoughts or comments on the CallBack. I'm really curious what you think about the CallBack. So let's dig in here. Come back. You guys have been chatty. Look at this. I love this. You wouldn't have got mail from Jack back in the day. No, you would not have, Tara. Probably not. In the name of the late Amiga Club, we've got a 128 as a gift to our club by Petro. I think it's still in the attic of my friend. Don't know what the idea was of that gift. Yeah, very interesting. I seem to recall a rule of headlines, which is, if I recall, if they need to end in a question mark, the answer is no. Love that, Rialto. It's kind of what I think. Death Row says, I finally got Ultimate 64 in April. Congratulations, after having to deal with a shipping company in the Netherlands. Ouch. Because I did not receive a notification. Disaster now over. Like it. Glad you like it. Glad it finally made its way to the owner for sure. Let's see. The same day, we gave away a 1200 away to the Bird Rescue Center at a new broadcast. Wow, giving 1200s away. That's pretty cool. I use Signal, but only as backup work communication during cyber attacks. I don't use any of those. Evil J, tell me in the Discord, do I need to have Signal? I don't know. I just don't think I do. Selfish is developed by, is it Yola, I guess, or pretty sure it's Yola, right? Not Jala, which is a former Nokia development team. Yeah, I've been keeping up with that. That's pretty interesting. I still hope the Commodore phone is in April. It's not. It is not. By the way, speaking of A1200, hold on. We're going to make that transition here in just a minute. Perry was actually in Finland when Yola, the developer Selfish, had an event. Yes, he was. And I think they're going to be really supporting them. Let's see. I love the C64 Ultimate, but yeah, this seems pricey. It does. Well, you need 2 separate accounts for 2 phones. Yes, Paul, exactly. And Paul, good to have you here. Paul's jumping on here. Paul, I think is this your first live stream with me? I believe it is. I don't believe we've met. So nice to meet you. You're with, as I like to say, the friendliest chat on YouTube at this particular time. Good group of folks in there. Melt the plastic of the phones to mold nice dust covers for the C64. Instead, interested to see the CallBack phone reviews from real world tests. And you will see that here live when it arrives. We will go live. I'll probably do it the day of. I don't care what day it is. Whenever I know it's going to ship, land here. We'll go live immediately so we can get the jump on everything and take a look at it together. I'm getting one to augment my iPhone. It looks cool too, says Boomerman Dan. Which one did you get? Which version? Did you get the Basic Beige, the Pet, the Starlight, the Founders? And there's another one I'm forgetting. I have to say the Pet was attractive to me, but got to keep with all the Founders. Perhaps if we enter in a cheat code on the phone, it drops to the ground and transforms into an A1200. I don't think that's going to happen. If the callback had a 5G modem chip, the hotspot function would make sense. Let's see. Paul, first I've typed anything. Well, good, Paul. Good to have you here. Thanks for taking the plunge and typing with us. Good to have you here. And let's see. I'm not getting to everybody's chat. Sorry, because you all are really chatty, which is great. I love it. The callback isn't for me, says Sarah, since I already use a smartphone with no social media apps because I simply have no social media accounts. Good for you. You don't need them. I have them for this, but I don't look at them every once in a while. I think I look at probably X more than anything because I've just have had since it was Twitter a really good retro feed to kind of keep up with the news. But other than that, don't look at a lot of it. Agreed. All right, let's go back over here. So I love this article. This is still kind of talking about it. Is Perry getting nervous? So just another article about the Commodore callback. And then here is that letter right here, right? So I guess I could have just brought that up right here. I didn't have to bring it up over there, but I want to show you the one is that the same letter? No, this is a little different. Okay. So we've already talked about that. So let me close that. So now the next thing I want to talk about though, is there was a lot of great information about the A1200. So there was a video posted. If you haven't seen this, there will be a link in the disc mag, as I say, or in the video description should be there. So this is Stuart, the operations director at Retro Games. And I'm going to go through some of the questions here because these are some of the questions we've been asking about the A1200. And I think I have most of the key ones here. So we're going to kind of go through them and I'm interested in your thoughts. 9,000 plus pre-orders already. Wow, that's good. I do have one of these on pre-order too. So I'm looking forward to receiving it. But some of the questions that were asked and answered in the video, which version of Workbench will include it? It turns out they're going to ship with Workbench 3.1, which I believe Workbench 3.0 was the one that officially shipped with the A1200. Is that right? And 3.1 came after the SCOM acquisition, I think. Vaguely seems familiar. So I do love that they finally have it working with Workbench, and you'll be able to, which is another question, you'll be able to boot the A1200 directly to Workbench. And it's going, here's another question, it will support WHD load and hard drive install. So that's going to be pretty cool. Really, I think the limiting feature on this whole thing will just be hardware. You're not going to put in expansion boards. You're not going to plug in external drives. This is all going to be just like the A500, but just with a keyboard now and Workbench loaded. I'm anxious to see if the A500 gets an update to its firmware where you can load the Workbench as well. It'd be really cool if that loaded up Workbench 1.3. That could be kind of cool for the A500. But we also know, and I did this in a previous live stream, that we can put Workbench 3.1 on the A500 as well. So there's no limitation why you couldn't do it. They just may not want to. Will all games run properly is what one question was. Of course they're not going to. You can't say 100% of everything's going to work, and that's pretty much what they said. And it says, another question was how authentic to the A1200 compared to a real Amiga, or how authentic is the A1200 compared to a real Amiga? And they said very authentic, case texture, keyboard feel, overall look and feel match the original A1200, runs Workbench excellently at 720p. So this will be a 720p, not a 1080p. And I believe the maximum resolution for an A1200, would that go up to, now I'm really pushing. Is it, it's higher than 1024 by 768. Is it 1280 by, I can't remember. If somebody remembers, but I think it's higher than 720p. So you're not gonna be able to push it all the way to maximum pixels, but 720p seems like that's good. Can users configure different Amiga models? It doesn't have to be just an A1200. You will be able to do an A500, a CD32, of course, an A1200. Looks like it's going to support, and I'm looking at my notes so I don't mess this up because this is not my expertise. I'm an 8-bit guy. OCS, ECS, AGA, and RTG. I don't even know what RTG is. I'd heard of OCS, I've heard of ECS, I've heard of AGA. I am not familiar with RTG, but it's going to support all of those. There you go, Taro. Thank you. 1280 by 1024. I think that was the maximum resolution because that was just like those monitors you could buy back in the day. What media options are supported according to them? WHD load, floppy drive, hard drive, and CD-ROM images, which is really interesting, which is probably for that CD32. Will it support original peripherals? Well, we know that. Probably not. I mean, it's going to have, it won't even support the joystick port. So everything's got to work through a USB kind of adapter. Can it be used for productivity, which is an interesting question. As much as you want to use an Amiga for productivity, maybe you want to use a word processor, you'll be able to do that. And then the last question that I kind of captured that I think is pretty good. What makes the A1200 different from other emulators? What they say is it's really about the hardware convenience. And for those of us who've tried to keep Amigas running, I kind of get that, right? And you're going to get a really nice, authentic, out-of-the-box experience. Great keyboard, hopefully. So really looking forward to it. Looks like looking at a target launch of December 4th, 2026. So this could be under our Christmas trees. I'm thinking this could be, if mine comes in, this might be our Christmas Eve live stream. I always like to do a Christmas Eve live stream. So mark your calendars now for a retroCombs Christmas Eve live stream. May not be the unboxing of the A1200, but we may spend time with it. So there you go. That's how far in advance I'm thinking. So pretty cool. Firmware is now out and it is gold for the device. So they're ready to roll. So that is, my friends, the A1200. Let me see if we've got any comments about the A1200. More than anything, the CallBack, going back to CallBack, was introduced to bring in outside money so the new corporation can survive and fund other retro. Let's hope so, James. That is the goal. We want them to make money. And what we're also finding is that the CallBack is really appealing to a younger demographic than what many of us, or at least me, I'm 61, so it's definitely not my demographic, but they even got me. Well, that's because I run a channel, but that's why. The A1200 was going to be the first of my ordered retro gear to arrive. Now it is the last. I know. Even the Spectrum Next KS3 is going to beat it. Yes, my KS3 board should be coming in pretty soon. I also have the Spectrum, what is it? The Spectrum with white edition with the printer and everything. I think I've got, somebody was helping me in Europe purchase that for me. So we'll see if that gets here. Still don't know if Amiberry supports USB MIDI devices like UAE does. I am not sure either. It's just not something I spend a lot of time in. So maybe somebody in chat can help you out, Jan. Outside money for other retro is good in my book. I agree. I probably wouldn't get a CallBack if I wasn't in a financial position to do so. Absolutely. Same here. I'm finally at a point in my life where I can play with toys all day. Yeah. Boomerman Dan, I say exactly the same thing, even too much to the chagrin of my wife, but you know, that's why I have the channel too. The channel helps support my hobby. So thank you all for continuing your support of me so that I can bring all this stuff to you. I think the A1200 is running a UAE derivative. I believe that's correct. So I wouldn't expect almost everything. One of the things that I think people have been trying to ascertain is what is the ARM chip that's in there. I don't think it matters what's in there. I think if it's just as long as you have what's in there is going to support what they're trying to do, it's fine. I don't think we need the latest, greatest ARM chip in there. They're going to go for budget ARM. I'm sure something probably in the quad core would be my guess. Maybe octa-core potentially. We'll probably find out a little bit later. There was the resolution. Yep. Let's see. Retargetable graphics. Is that what that means, Taro? I still don't know what it means, but I mean, I know what it means now, but I don't know what it is. So, AGA was 800 by 600, the A12, yep, said that. Oh, RTG enables those higher resolutions. Okay. Still have not set up my CD32. Oh, Mr. Landfill has a CD32. Nice. Mr. Landfill has everything. Please rise for the national anthem over bygones. Yeah, thanks, Taro. I hope Evil J, because the 500 did run Amiberry distro. Okay, I kind of missed something. And then there was a way to stress it. Okay, so you guys keep talking in there. I'm going to go back to the news. We have a couple more items here. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one. And then we're going to be getting to our, what time is it? How are we doing? Yeah, we're about right. We usually get into our demos during the second hour, so that's perfect. Here is what you all have been talking about already in chat. This is Ghostbusters Remastered. I am excited about this. Remastered to bring the Commodore 64 Classic back from the afterlife. And gotta get rid of, yeah, there we go. Looks like it's going to have, let's see what they say. In today's news, again, coming off from Fandom, we've got an update on the previously showcased project. A developer single copy, developer single copy has shared a new progress report on Ghostbusters Remastered. And this is the fan-made reimagining of David Crane's classic Ghostbusters. So I'm sure we'll have all that other stuff. Now, I don't believe I'm running the sound through here, but let's go ahead and just kind of take a look at it here. Actually, you may be able to hear it through my microphone. So that looks really good. There it was. So just a little teaser preview for you. Here is He Slimed Me. Let's see what we have here. Still waiting for the sliming. Oh, there it is. Very good. Very, very good. I think this is really going to be a great update. Oh, it has 2-player edition. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. So you can have 2 players play, and you can see some of the updated graphics. So again, check out the link if you want to learn more about the Ghostbusters update. I am super excited about this. This will be one we will probably play on a future live stream as part of a homebrew feature. So pretty cool there. I'm digging that. Let me see if I missed any of my notes. Yeah, 2-player support, smarter enemies, multiple Ghostbusters, including Winston now is included. Outstanding. And cross the stream mechanic. So Firehouse Hub and more stages are planned. So a lot more coming for Ghostbusters Reimagined or Remastered. Now here's one. All right, so this is kind of leading into what we're talking about today. I'm really excited about this. I'm bringing up the Discord on this. I know it's hard to read. This is the MEGA65 Discord, but this is the Commodore 64 core on the MEGA65 can now, and I love this, so this is a good time to remove this, can now read from the floppy, the physical floppy of the MEGA65. So that is just super, super cool that we can now have the Commodore 64 core and use the floppy disk that's built into the MEGA65. Now, it is in early stages, and so right now it can only read, but the goal is that he wants to go ahead and make it so that you can write as well. So again, this core is just continuing to develop, and the C64 core for the MEGA65 continues to make the MEGA65. It's still the reason the MEGA65 to me is still the best retro creation on the market today. I said this in my Discord yesterday that the developers of the MEGA65 are just light speed ahead, or light years ahead of where Commodore's developers are for the Commodore C64. They are doing stuff for the MEGA65 so much faster. They're updating cores, they're adding new features. It's just amazing, and it's why I dearly love the MEGA65 community and all the things that they're doing. Every day, it just seems like this machine gets better and better, and I'm super excited, and we're not going to talk about it in detail today, though, but for those, you remember we've been talking about Commodore 128. There's a Commodore 128 core being developed for the MEGA65. Did I say, what did I say? Commodore 128? I did say Commodore 128 core. There's a Commodore 128 core being developed for the MEGA65 by Stefan Eilers, who's actually a supporter of the channel and in the Discord. So super excited for him. He's off. I think he's taking a break for a couple, or was that the C64 core guy? I can't remember. One of them's taking a break for a couple of weeks for holiday. But then to have the Commodore 128 core on here, it's the one slot I need. It's the one left. So really super excited about that. So again, just continue to be more good work there. Let's see, what do we have? Anything else? Let's see. Think that is it for our news. Yes, that is it for our news. Outstanding. Let's go ahead and just check in on chat. So we're ahead of schedule a little bit. Well, not a whole lot, but we are ahead of schedule just a little bit. So let's go ahead and check in on you. Yeah, Ghostbusters, they slimed us again. I love it. Agree, Will writes, Raid on Bungling Bay is great. You know, I don't remember playing that. That's an Amiga game, right? Yes, Raid is good, but don't forget Space Taxi. Love that game. I do remember that. Graphics look great. I think they do too for the Commodore 64. It's going to be great to play on your new C64U, Death. RGL, you mean? Yes, I hope it runs full UAE. that even accepts, oh, okay, so more of that. Tom Cruise is in the finals. MEGA65 really rocks. I wish it was in higher production, a bit cheaper. Hang in there, Boomer Man Dan. I think we're going to see something. I'm not going to predict anything, but I'm hopeful by the end of the year we're going to see something that's going to make some things change regarding the MEGA65. I have no inside information. I'm just hoping, keeping my fingers crossed. Ecto 1 miniature. That would go well together. Oh, map. Let's do it. We'll do a quick map check. And I'm really enjoying the MEGA65 myself. Imagine if we'd had more dedicated develop. I know. Here we go. So here's our map, looking good. If you'd like to place yourself on the map, go ahead and just put in chat hello from, and you will get yourself on the map. I'm glad you guys are enjoying that. Looks pretty good. We got about 55 of you. We've had about 200 people pop in and out throughout the chat, so that's not bad. So thank you for those of you that are hanging out with me today. It is always fun to spend a Sunday with you. For those of you new and in the channel, this is the part where we go all public service announcement and fundraising. So the rest of you can go to sleep. But I typically, for those of you new today, I try every 2 weeks. I like to do a live stream. So that gives me enough news to catch up on. It gives me time to prepare some kind of feature. So every 2 weeks. But let's talk a little bit about how you can, if I can figure this out, support the channel. And you can do that a bunch of different ways. You can go down below, and the best thing that you can do is just simply subscribe, right? That just helps. Make sure if you're joining the live stream that you are subscribed to the channel and hit those alerts so that you know when I have an upcoming live stream. Now, if you want to keep up and understand when I'm having a live stream, what's going on, Twitter or X is typically the best way. Go to @StephenCombs and you can find me there. I always post there when I'm going to have a live stream. But before that, the Discord is the best way to do that. And the best way to join the Discord is to go down below and join at the VIC20 level. That's the minimum level. Once you join at the VIC20 level, and that's a YouTube membership down below. It's not Patreon. It's not buy me in anything. It's just go down there and become a member, and then it'll just boom, blop you in there, and you can choose. So the VIC20 again gets you access to the Discord, and that's where this chat, as I like to say, this chat happens 24/7, and that's where we're sharing ideas about 3D printing. We've got a car thing. We've got a new one for those of us getting close to retirement called "Take This Job and Shove It" channel. Oh, it's just a blast. So we have lots of stuff, but we also have channels for all the major Commodore computers. We've got it for the Retro Games Limited series, which is all kinds of really fun stuff. YouTube to watch, links you need to know. And again, for my producers, new this month, you're going to get at the end of live streams all the files, my show notes, everything, all packaged up into the first ever retroCombs disc mag or HTML mag or PDF mag or whatever. You'll see it. And I'll have instructions for you on how to do that. And it'll have some files that'll just, I will include for you that'll just make your life easier, like core files, so that you don't have to go to the files host and grab those. So if you're an executive producer, I'm just kind of taking all that extra work out for you that I have to do for this. I'm taking that away from you. So, and that is at the Commodore 128 level or the MEGA65 level. So those, again, hopefully you'll get some more value out of those memberships. Check those out below. Thanks for supporting the channel. And by the way, you can also do a thanks down below or a super chat. So if you're interested in supporting that way, you can do it. Something new, and I've talked about it. I'll go ahead and talk about it now. My PayPal link is also down there. Some people have chosen to just send me a PayPal tip because all of that money comes to me instead of going through YouTube. If you'd like to do that, let me know. If you decide to do it that way, I will still make sure that you get to the Discord as long as you tip up to what that normally would be. And was that $3 a month, something like that. So lots of different ways. I try to make it easy. If you have questions about all the complications that are supporting my channel, you can also email me at retrocombs@icloud.com. Hey, let's get out of here. Let's get back into some demos, okay, here's our new sound, Beatles. What are we doing for demo? Let's dive into our demo. We're gonna have some fun today. We are going to, if I can get this work, first thing I want to do, and I did one of these last time. I don't know if Mislav is here. I think he just popped in and popped out. Hopefully he'll come back because he would have loved this. We are going to go ahead and I am going to come down here. We're going to fire up the MEGA65. I'm gonna hold my no scroll and I'm gonna click the little up button right here. So you're gonna see. And these are our cores. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the little demo thing here. And you look at the very bottom and you can see I have an old Amiga 500 core, which is Alpha 4. But on the SD card, I have upgraded, or I haven't upgraded, I have the core file. So we're going to go ahead, again, show you how easy this is. So to edit core 7, what I do is I hold, and I'll show you the keys, I hold Control and hit 7, and that's going to give me the opportunity to change core 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load a core, and you can see up here I have alpha 8. So we are going from alpha 4 to alpha 8. So I'm going to go ahead and select that file, and then we are going to flash that slot. So I'm going to hit F8. Hey, Mislav is here. Mislav coming in hot too. Thank you, Mislav. Mislav with a $5 super chat, or not $5, but a super chat. I always just say dollars because it's easier for all of us. Good of you to remind me. I am old. I forget. Well, you don't need to, because you're an executive producer. So we're trying to get other people to help support so that you all don't have to bear the brunt of all this. But I do know, Mislav, you're going to love this. So we're going to update the core. Now watch how fast this is too, because I love this. So we're going to flash the slot. So I'm going to hit F8. And it's removing the old core and it's upgrading with the alpha 8 core, and you can see that at the very top. So it was alpha 4, now it's alpha 8. So this thing just keeps marching closer and closer to a full release. It is not available on the files host. It is only available in the Discord, or again, for my executive producers out there, you will have the core auto-magically sent to you via the Discord producers channel, okay? So the Amiga core, I believe, is now 1.1, which is first beta. Is it, Taro? Have I missed? It may be since Wednesday. You could be right. So this one is, yeah, you know what? You're right. So thank you. I am just a little bit behind. So I think Commodore are working on, yeah, they may be, Paul. So hang in there. Let's see. Of course they could. I love my disk drive because I love going retro. Oh, I missed something. So I'm going to come back because let me focus. Okay, let's press any key to continue. So Taro thinks that we're at version 1.1. I'm a little behind. So let me just talk about this. So this is just a little teaser. And I'll say this a couple more times. Next live stream, I've already promised the guys over at the MEGA65. Next live stream, we are digging into all things Amiga core on the MEGA65. I didn't want to do it today because I already had something planned, but also I need to spend time with it. So if it is at 1.1, we will be doing a complete live stream in 2 weeks where we do nothing during the demo stuff except talking about the Amiga core and what it's capable of. I think you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to try and work with some of the folks in the community, get some tips, tricks, what features I should share. Today, we're just taking a quick cursory look at it. So there's that. So come back in 2 weeks and we're going to dig into the Amiga core on the MEGA65. By the way, that is hard to say. All right. So, but you're going to want to come back in 2 weeks. All right. I hope 2 weeks. That's the plan. All right, let's go ahead and boot and see what it looks like. So we're going to hit 7, and that will boot into the Amiga 500 core. Here we go. All right, and there you go. So all we need now is a workbench disk. So what I can do is go to Help, and what I can do is load. Right now it supports ADF files. So I'm going to go in here, and what I'm going to do is look at what I've loaded up here. We just have all kinds. This is the top 40 Amiga games as collected by somebody. I don't remember, but I grabbed them. So we're going to find, let's do a single disc here, and let's check it out. I think, and we're going to see how well it works. So we're going to find a single disc game. Now here is Workbench right here. And we could load Workbench, but I did that in a previous stream, so I'm not going to do that. But if you do load Workbench, one of the things I can tell you is you do need an Amiga mouse. That does work. So make sure that you have one of those handy and you just plug it in just like a regular, and it works great. Let's go to Speedball 2. Let's see if this will load. So what's going to happen is as soon as I select that, that's going to mount that ADF. And just like on a regular Amiga, when we insert the disk, that Workbench, load to Workbench disk screen should open that up and get to work. And there you go. And then we'll hit Help to get rid of that. And now I'm going to need my headphones. And hopefully it's working. Hard to tell. It does load in real time. There you go. Nice. Let me check the sound here. Looks like our sound is good. We'll go ahead and leave it right there. stereo too. Very cool. I'd say this is a success. Look at this. Loaded that just like that. Now I have a joystick. I don't know if that's what it uses or not. Let's go ahead and hit the button and see. Oh yes, it's working. So there you go. At least I say it's working. Loading. Okay, loading game. Good. There we go. I have not played Speedball in years. Holy smokes, I don't even remember this. So just when you thought all we were going to do is 64 Homebrew Games, we are actually taking a look at an Amiga game. This is kind of a little surprise for you along the way. Just thought it'd be a lot of fun to give that a shot before we dug into... And I also have a little bit of a surprise for you on the Homebrew games too. So hopefully you're going to like that. All right, 1 player, 2 player. Here's a demo game. Let's just do demo game. There we go. Get ready. We'll let the computer play so you can see how it works. Fabulous. Fabulous. All right, there you go. So let me go ahead and I am going to turn that off, come back over here, take this off. And so there you go. There's the Amiga core. And again, we are going to, and you see it works really well. We are going to take a deeper dive into the Amiga core. I'll get it upgraded to the latest, and we're going to try out a lot of different things. So I'm really looking forward to that live stream. We'll see that in 2 weeks. Looks like I lost somebody. I saw something. Oh, Neil, it says, cheerio, off to watch. Yeah, this is it. I'm going to start dropping now like flies. Everybody's going to they're going to run over to watch the game. Although it looks like I've got more viewers right now than I've had. I've got 60 of you watching. So that's outstanding. So hang around. We're going to do some C64 games. That's more fun than at least the first half of FIFA, right? Come on. You know you want to see some retro games and not soccer. I'm trying whatever I can do to keep you. Let's see. Hello from Florida, says James. Good to have you here. Yeah, so the map, if anybody wants to do that, you can pop up here and check out the map. And all you have to do is put hello from, and that'll take care of it. Let's see. Love Rogue DX. It is awesome. It is. I have a whole video on Rogue DX for the MEGA65. So check that out if you've not seen that. That's the ever-present issue with all new platforms. Hardware without software is pretty pointless. Those are on my need to get list for sure. Outstanding. Let's see. Plus a keyboard and an excellent case. I think I missed something, but we'll get caught up here. Let's see. They could save a cost by making a base unit with no floppy. The floppy drives they use are all old stock. They've talked about that. The key is though, they really want you to have the nostalgia of having it all as a package. But yes, they could make a, MEGA65 Mini, which could be kind of cool, especially if they did the bit binders. Bit binders makes an optional MEGA65 drive. So you could do like a mini, and then if you ever wanted to drive, you could buy the bit binders drive, set it right next to it, plug it in, and in the IEC port, and it would look really good. So yeah, a lot of really different options. Maybe one day if we remove that could be an option too. But yeah, that could be really, but keep this keyboard. This keyboard is amazing. Love this keyboard. Yeah, sourcing the floppy disk drives was a challenge, I remember, and the keyboard is also quite expensive to make. It's such a good keyboard. But, the C64 has a really good keyboard too. I can't wait to try. I'm sure it's the same keyboard, but I'm looking forward to it on the C64U because it'll be a slimmer kind of form factor. But I was typing on the C64 yesterday and really like its keyboard. I was flying. I was using CommoServe to load some stuff for a video I'm working on. So it's really cool. Hey, yes, we did that already. Let's see. I think Commodore, we already did that. I'd love to see someone restart production of floppy drives. I don't know if that's going to happen. The MEGA65 really is the all-in-one Commodore. It is, especially once the C128. Did you see all the cores I had? If you've not seen that, I'll bring that up while I'm looking here at some chats. So here's all the different cores I have. There's also an update to the C64 core under test that supports the internal drive of the 1581. Exactly. We just just talked about that, LD. So it's supported 1541, 57, 1581 drives via IEC, but not the internal drive. Yes, so that is good news. Now, I have not updated the core for today, but I plan on, because that's kind of still a beta, but I am going to do that eventually. Of course, also me would be delighted to see that coming. The one in the MEGI can be replaced and maybe software enabled to support high capacity drives. Actually, it actually will support high capacity drives. I'm trying to remember what he did. There was some kind of something that Paul Gardner has been working on. I don't remember. I'd love to see a company make cathode ray tubes again. No, I don't. I don't care about those. That's one thing I don't miss. I have no retro monitors. I just don't. I don't want them. I have the Checkmate. That's not retro, and it's an LCD, and it just works. I don't think FDAs are practical, nor C1084. Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of there. I'd love to see a company make cathode ray tubes again to have real retro monitors back in the man caves. I don't want that. It's too bulky. Can't do it. Just can't do it, Marcus. But good for you. Hopefully they will do that for you. FDA, never had an Amiga, so every game shown is new to me. Well, next week or 2 weeks, you'll have a lot of new stuff. Let's see. Floppies are slow and low capacity. Well, perhaps not for the retro stuff, but they are very reliable. My 40-plus-year-old collection contained surprisingly few. It is amazing how well they've, just as long as you don't put them on a speaker, right? Dual screen, football and retro. There you go. That's the way you do it, Motorade. There you go. Now we're talking. And you just, whoever's more exciting at the time, which, you know, watching soccer, it could be me. Just nothing ever happened. I just can't do it. But if you don't have that drive, where do you put your teacup? Yeah, good point. Commodore had plans to make a C65 without the floppy drive for the education market. Yeah, I do remember hearing that. So a driveless MEGA65 would still be in Commodore spirit. I agree. And again, I think make it external, an option, especially since Bitbinders has one. You've got something. Education only using cartridges, and no, probably not. They're probably going to use. I think by that point, you probably could have done something with a single hard drive in a room, and then people could have accessed it, because I think that's where we were in the early 90s with a lot of stuff like that. I think Apple was even playing with that. I remember that first, it's just not economic sense. Yeah. And then C65 Educator. There you go. And then, Mr. Landfill, you saw one of those C65 Educator at VCF. I did not know one of those had been released. I'd love to know who owns that. I've been working on my core, really. I can't tell. Yeah, I've got a 6-pack. Hey, Chris, good to have you here. Thanks for joining. So here are the different cores that I have. So you can see we have the Mega, we have the C64, the PET, the VIC-20, the C16, which is actually, you know, kind of the +4. And then we also have the Amiga. 6 is just waiting for my Commodore C128. Once I do that, those will be the 7 slots. Those are the only 7 slots I need. Everything is covered. Every Commodore computer I need is covered in those slots. So I'm really excited about that. All right, let's see. Where was I? Oh, yes. Now we want to go into our homebrew games. So here's what we're going to do for the homebrew games. I've got about 5 homebrew games that we're going to take a quick look at. And I have decided to use the Kung Fu Flash for a couple of reasons. Excuse me. Sorry. Should have used the button, didn't use it. First of all, I can load the .D64s on the SD card internally, but then it's going to run at real time. So, and what I mean by that is it'll load it at real time. But if I put them on the Kung Fu Flash, what I love about the Kung Fu Flash is the way I have this configured. If I turn off my MEGA65, I plug in my Kung Fu Flash, and I've got it configured in the core that if a Commodore 64 cartridge is inside, the C64 core just boots. So here's what that looks like. I turn this on, and you can see our first game loads like that. In our first game, we're going to do these in alphabetical order. This one is called Broken Altars. Now, again, I will have links to all of these in the disc mag, and for some of them, I'll actually have the PDF instructions for you so you can take a look at it and see if it's something that you want to play or purchase or support. Most of these are homebrew games that do require, they request that you make a payment. In full transparency, I always like to download them first, play them, and then decide, kind of like shareware for me, and then decide if I'm going to support the publisher. Now, because I don't spend a lot of time in these games, and I don't have a lot of time with games, if you're going to play this game, I highly support or highly suggest that you go out and support the developer. Again, you can name your own prices, zero, probably not the cool thing to do. For a couple of these games, I went ahead, I like them so much, and I purchased them. So a lot of these are really good. Some of them not ready yet for my dollar, so we'll see how that goes. Everybody was Kung Fu Flashing. There we go. Those games were fast as lightning. I love it, LD. Yeah, we'll get some. I'm pretty sure my singing's so bad too, we won't even get a copyright strike. There you go. All right, so let's take a look at it. This is Broken Altars. And I'll show you how we're going to switch games when we go to the next one. I don't know if anybody's seen this one. Sounds okay. As a matter of fact, I need to crank down the sound. It's a little loud in my ear. I'm going to let me know, are the game sounds good for you guys? I haven't changed it since last time when you said they were good, so we should be all right. But I do need to crank it down just a little bit for me. There we go. Now I can hear myself and you at the same time. It was really loud in these headphones. Okay, so now this is an interesting one. This one is this one uses a mouse, and I forgot to plug in the mouse. So we are going to try the mouse. I'm going to first of all unplug my joystick. I do not suggest doing it the way I'm doing it, and then we are going to plug in a mouse. And I bet I'm going to need to reboot with the mouse inside. Yes, this one actually uses a mouse. I have not tried it though, that's the thing. We're going to go ahead and reboot. So I'm going to turn it off. We are going to turn it back on. And let's see if the mouse is going to work. And you know, it may not support the, now that I think about it, I'm using an Amiga mouse. I don't know if I've set that up. Let's go ahead and check that. Let me go back in here. Let me go to Alt. Power. Let's see which mouse I have configured here. Oh, that went right in. That's supposed to. Let me unplug. Alt. Let's go into our configuration here. Configure the MEGA65. Let's make sure the mouse is working. All right, the mouse is working. It is in Amiga to 1351. Joy 1. De-jitter. I need to turn that on because that'll be better. And then, yeah, both of these are set. So let me go ahead and go to Done. And let's save as defaults and exit. Okay. Let's power cycle our machine. And this is all part of the fun, right? Seeing if we can get this thing working. So I do have the mouse configured properly on the MEGA65. There we go. All right, it's sort of working. Oh no, it's doing that thing where it goes over to the left and hangs. It is really hinky, guys. It is not working as well as I thought. Hold on, let me see if we can do something else here. We're going to try the tank mouse, see if it works better. So hold on. Because I don't think this is going to work at all. So I just loaded, but it was too jittery, so that didn't work very well. So we're gonna Ouija mouse. I know, right? Let's try the tank mouse, see if it works better. So I do have this one configured, I think, as a Commodore mouse instead of an Amiga mouse. So let's see if this is gonna work better. All right, we'll go ahead and turn it on. And again, we may have to reboot. We'll see. Yeah, it's doing the same thing. So I'm not sure. Mouse support on the MEGA65 has been one of those crapshoot things for me. I know I'm doing something. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. But what we can try, let's try this. Let me go ahead and turn it off. Let me go back in here. Let's change it to not converting it. Let's go to normal mode. And just in case, let's do that. And let's go ahead and save that. And let's see if that works better. So now we'll power cycle our machine. We'll plug in. So I'm plugging back in the Kung Fu Flash and turning it on. The good news is this loads just like that, and it's easy to check it, right? Yeah, it's still doing the same thing even with the different settings. Paul says it's still a little loud. Let me bring it back a little bit for you. Okay. There we go. Thank you. All right. So yeah, so it looks like we're going to have a hard time playing, and you have to use a mouse on this. Oh, at least I got that, preparing it. There you go. So it looks like it could be a blast to play if we can get a mouse working. It is a mouse game. So, you know, this is unusual that we actually have a game that has a mouse. Let's see if the button works too, which is interesting. I see a timer going down to nothing. I think we're getting ready to die. Let me just make sure it's not my table. It should not be my table. Let's see. Yeah, it's not my table, that's for sure. It's worse on that. So there you go. There's our first experience with this game on the MEGA65. So probably would work fine on the C64. I don't know. I always have a problem. So let me see what the chat says. See if anybody had any words of wisdom for me on this one before we move on to a game that just uses a joystick. And I think you can't use a joystick on this game at all. Let me just check. Let me verify real quick. Let me go ahead and unplug. Turn this off. I do love the tank mouse. I wish it worked for us. Let me go ahead and plug in here and see. Yeah, it's not working. Let's try. Okay, so there we go. Now the mouse is working. Or not the mouse, the joystick. So the joystick does work on here as well. Okay, so we can go back and let's see. Let's go back in and increase pick accuracy. I'm not sure what these things do. There is a... There we go. Start a campaign. There we go. And so I have no earthly idea what we're doing. I have not read the instructions, so again, I'm horrible at this. I should have read the instructions, but you can kind of see how it plays. It does look interesting though, doesn't it? The graphics are really well done. Campaign completed, return to base. And there you go. So we're going to move on because some of you probably would like to watch the second half of the game, and this is not going to be. So anyway, this one I do highly recommend you checking out. There are some instructions for it, and I should have read those. Again, this is called Broken Altars for the Commodore 64. So if you're interested in that, take a look at it. I think it's going to be, it almost looks like Minecraft to start. It is not Minecraft though, just so that you all know. Hopefully I got that down for you. Let me know. I'm using the Tychus mouse adapter for the, Taro, is it working? Of course, you, same here. Works. Getting really old. Yeah, let me turn that off. Okay, let's just do this. There you go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Someone in MUS last year used one of those. Hadn't heard of it before. Yeah, I have not heard of that either. Lemmings Populous. Yeah, it's sort of like Populous probably. Tychus could be set to 1351 mode in its own state. So the tank mouse, you can make some changes to it as well, to the firmware. There's some changes. I don't remember if there's some software. I'm just surprised that just the standard mouse doesn't work. This is an Amiga mouse. This is the old SCOM version. I don't have the tank mouse, but it's odd that they don't work. So I need to start avoiding mouse games for sure. All right, let's go ahead and let's go on to our next game. So we're doing these in alphabetical order. So the next one is, I believe it's Daimyo. Actually, that wouldn't be the next in alphabetical order. It would be Bubble Duck. There we go. Let's take a look at Bubble Duck. So we got Bubble Duck. Let's give that a shot. I do like to give you just a little bit type can be set to 1351 from its own settings, the way it works with the MEGA65. Excellent, Tara. I have to look for that. I'm just not familiar with it at all. All right, this is Bubble Duck. This is great. This looks good. The music's great. We'll go ahead and press R. Get ready. Here we go. All right, so... Oh, no, I didn't even get a chance to read it. I don't know what's going on. We're going to find out what's going on. I would assume I shouldn't touch this. What happens if I go up here? All right. What happens if I touch that? Do I die? No. So, oh, it looks like we need to avoid the... Oh! Can I shoot something? I can shoot something. Oh, okay, so this is going to be tricky. This is super tricky. I have not killed anything yet. I've died a lot. I don't know how I'm getting to go... Oh, shoot. I haven't hit anything yet. I'm horrible at this, guys. I guess I got him. Oh, yeah, I did. But then I hit that. So this is Bubble Duck. That was pretty good. Oh, shoot. Oh. And that's it. So there you go. there is Bubble. Yeah, it is nice scrolling. That is, that's probably one of the highlights of the mechanics of this game, or the scrolling. Let's head into the deep in your bubble, but watch out for sea creatures. Yeah, so we're doing this right. Nothing new. It's just a bubble game. Nice casual game. I recommend this one. This one's pretty good. I could see having some fun with. Oh, and you can go forward and backwards, which is nice. There you go. Whoa, there we go. So after the second time, oh, you can shoot backwards too, but don't do it like I just did it. It looks like you can shoot. Can you shoot down? You can shoot down. Can you shoot at an angle? You cannot shoot at an angle. You can die at an angle. Oh, wow. What's going on here? And you can move forward quickly to get out of the nonsense, too. That is a strategy. Ugh. I guess I just saved that duck is the goal. I don't like that their little weapons can go through things. That seems very unfair to me, but hey, that's... Oh, shoot. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, holy smokes. Krusty Krab there. Oh, all right, so there is Bubble Duck. Not bad. I think it's a fun casual game, casual scroller. I think you can have a lot of fun there. Hey, somebody's new here. Spin Dizzy is here. Hey, Spin Dizzy, good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Everyone, welcome Spin Dizzy to the live stream. We just got done checking out Bubble Duck. It's a lot of fun. Bullet with a unique defense attack mechanic. Yes. It's definitely one I need to try. Okay, so the next one, then again, here's how we're Kung Fu Flash, just in case you haven't seen it. I'm sure everybody has, hopefully. These are great. I love them. They're great with original equipment, but they're also great with the MEGA65 with C64U. But if I hit this menu button right here, that will bring up this, and then I just choose the next game, which is Comchinko. Let's load up that one, Comchinko. And again, you see how fast it loads, which I love. Brought to you by drmortalwombat. We've heard of him before. Music by Crisps. Game mode is infinite, just because it is. And then we can load and save, and we can see how this works. So, not sure how to play this game either. Looks like we're just dropping balls. So we don't move the character at all. We're just dropping balls. So so it's Plinko basically, only it's Comchinko Plinko. And I don't know what happens. I can't do anything else. Oh, I can restart. I don't want to do that. Let's see if we can get some additional. I do like the graphics. Graphics are really good. Ooh, there's a 10. So I guess we're just playing. It's really odd that we just, oh, there we go. Increase all value pockets, raise chance to reshoot ball from pocket, raise chance, reduce feeder cooldown. I don't know if the space, okay, space, you can do space to drop a ball too. I don't think there's any other keys. Let me make sure. Yep, nope, we're just playing. Plinko, basically. So there you go. I'm not sure exactly. I feel like I'm not doing something odd. Looks like the way they're using character graphics for the dropper. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not really doing anything but hitting spacebar. Well, there you go. There is what's it called? There is Comchinko, which is again a play on Plinko. All right, so there is that one. What you guys think of that one? I'm just curious. Any thoughts on that one? Probably needs Robotron controls. Yeah, that's the other game for Duck, right? Jumps right into the games very quickly. Really like it, but pachinko. Yeah, I just odd. Looks like they're Evil J. I'm not getting it. Not getting that one at all. Let's go back. Let's try. Let's see, Comchinko. Now we're at Daimyo. There we go. So let's hit that one. By the way, stay tuned. The one I'm going to show you a little bit later is not in this list. As a matter of fact, I'm wondering why it's not on here. But maybe I've got it in a different directory. We'll come back and check. I hope so. If not, I'll move it over. But I do have a special one for you. I love the opening on this one. I just really think that's pretty cool. Yeah, it could be aimed at small children, or, as you say, household pets. This one looks pretty good. I love the opening screen. This opening screen is reminiscent of things like Defender of the Crown for me, those types of things. Setup. Death of the Shadow, Scattered Realms, Uprising. Got a couple of different things here. Total players, human players, 1. Let's go to, let's try Uprising. And we'll come down here and we'll start. Comchinko looks like it could get old very quick, says Stuart. I agree. Let's deploy. What is this? Attack? Sure. Choose a province to attack. Oh, is this Risk? This really looks like Risk. So if I'm looking at this, it seems like I would want to attack here. Choose army to attack. This one. There. Choose a, yeah, this is basically Risk. Huh, this could be fun. Now this is one I'm going to have to, let's see what's under more. This is pretty cool. Check this out. I do like this. Let me go back here. I'm going to quit because I want to see what the other one, just, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I just want to make sure that my, my guess is right. So we'll come back in here and we're going to do Hidden Alliances. Some powerful Daimyo are opposing the Shogun. There we can see. Okay, let's see. So if we start, we should just have a different map, but a very similar game. It should be the same game, just a different map. Yes, exactly. So, although the map looks very similar, doesn't it? It looks like the deployment is different. Let's try another one here. Oh, wait, what's a castle? Choose a province. Let's castle here. Deploy. Attack. Yeah, you probably can't do that because you can't go over. So, all right. Hey, so I am going to read this because if this is what I think it is, this could be a lot of fun. Are you sure? Yes. Let's see what other scenarios we have. Defender of the Crown homage, says James. Look, not quite, but yeah, definitely the title screen, I think. The game, again, I think is more like Risk. Hidden Alliance, Foreign Powers. Oh, and here's custom, so you can set up, you can create your own, so you can do total players. Oh, that's interesting. So, let's see what this one looks like. I'm going to try something here. We're going to do total players. So we can have up to 5 computer players, 1 human. And this is Foreign Powers. Let's see what this looks like. See if it's the same map. Yeah, same app. So just a different deployment. So very, very cool. I like it. Again, it's very risky. It's very risk-like. I think it could be kind of cool. Defender of the Crown was super easy once you realize you could win every joust by aiming your lance at the bottom of the screen. Eventually, yeah, you learn those tips for sure. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's try the next one. Next one, A, B, C, D, G. Let's go up to G. Let's go to Gravity Snake, and then we have one more after that. Or actually two more, because I have a bonus for you. This is Gravity Snake. This is, I'm assuming like Snake, but you can see it's a 2026. Here's a little area down here. Let's introduce myself under credits. Let's check out the credits. Let's see if they've done anything interesting. Nope, just kind of credits. Here we go. Here's start. Looks like a basic jumper. Kind of, let's see where am oh, here, oh, interesting. Controls are very different. I can't get out of there. Let's try it again. I can't go left. If I go right, I can do that. But I can't go back. I can't go left, which is really odd. We'll get our joystick back where it should be here. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. So gravity. Interesting. So it's actually Snake. It's kind of like Pac-Man, but with Snake, you can see I'm getting larger. So eventually I've got to get out of here. And I've got to get those last couple of pieces of fruit. And I think I'm dead because I can't, yep, I'm done because I can't go any further. So I just died because I can't go anywhere else. So part of it is like a puzzler platformer, and you've got to figure out how to get your snake. So let's see if I can do this again. So I know that I want that apple on the right to be the very last thing. So let's go up, let's go over here. Oh, shoot, let's try this again. That was dumb. Okay, let's see if we can come down here. Okay. Now, the thing I don't know is if I'm just getting fruit or am I supposed to get that little star thing up there. I'm gonna guess I don't do that. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna grab this guy, and now make the long trek. Oh no! Come on, keep going. Okay, good. Woo. All right, so then, I don't think this is going to work because I think once I get that cherry, I'm going to get myself locked in again over there. So, I think I'm going to lose again. Yeah, there's no way I can get out of this. Actually, there's nothing over there to get, though, is there? Isn't that just grass, or is that actually something? I guess I should find out while I'm here for the next round. I have no earthly idea. Anyway, there you go. There is kind of fun. Gravity Snake. I actually like it. I like Gravity Snake. That seems okay. Evil J says, I've seen this. It's neat. Up. You were trying to help. I'm sorry. I think I got it. 3-point turn at the apple, says Chris. I agree. Oh, never mind. There you go. The music is banging. Music is good. I like that one. All right, let's go ahead. And we've got, what time is it? Oh, we're going to wrap this up under 2 hours. Perfect. We'll get you guys back to the game. It's going to be great. So now we're going to go to Oroboros. Oroboros. Oh my gosh, the names on these things today. Why did I pick the hardest things to say? Here we go. This kind of looks like worms again to me. I don't know. Worms, not worms. The snake thing. New game. Here we go. Oh, this looks horrible. Password. Okay. Go level 1. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it is. It's just like what we just did. Oh my gosh. I did not check this in advance. Again, I'm not playing these for the very first time so that you guys can see what it's like to play these for the first time and see if there's anything that you want to get. Snake eating his own tail. Is that what it is? There it is. Outstanding. Oh my. So this is kind of tricky. Look at me, man. I can play this game. I like this. These are the types of games I love. I love these little puzzlers, especially just something easy to play. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to put this. I've got a handheld set up to play Commodore 64 games. This would be a good one on that one. I should probably grab this and put that on that handheld. I'll be talking about that handheld in a later video, by the way. Speaking of that, while I'm thinking about this, I do have another channel if you're interested. It's called retrocombs-tech. So retrocombs is where I do all the retro stuff. Retrocombs-tech is where I do some really modern stuff. As a matter of fact, check this out, guys. I wasn't going to share it, but this was sent to me. This is the weirdest device I've ever reviewed. This is the LiberLive C1. I'm working on a video with this. So be on the lookout. That's over on retrocombs-tech, where I will have a review of the LiberLive Smart. I'm not going to say smart guitar because I don't want us to call it a guitar. It's kind of interesting. Be on the lookout. I'll actually perform in that video. So that's over on retrocombs-tech. Make sure you go over and check that out. Hopefully we'll get that online next weekend. I've got one last thing to film with that, and then I can go to edits. But kind of cool. But it makes me think of this thing right here. Now let's go back here and see if I can figure this out. I'm going to think that it's not going to be the direct line. I'm going to want to do, oh no, that wasn't it. Yeah, I'm done. Why did I think that that was smart? Let's try this again. So we have to go this way, and I have a feeling it's just me chasing my tail. Okay, I think. Missed again. So again, the good news is eventually, you know what you got to do. I should have known because this is over here that it probably wants me to use it in some way, right? Yeah, and then we'll come down here. There it is. So always look at the walls. You kind of know it's always going to do that, right? So there you go, folks. There is or snake tail. Eat your own tail snake game. There you go. As Evil J says, snake eating its own tail. Perfect. Okay, that's a really clever spin on the snake game mechanic. I do like it. Dang, you get all the goodies. Boomerman Dan, I do. I'm very fortunate. I have, as a matter of fact, I've got so much stuff. I don't have enough time to review them all. I've actually had several very interesting propositions for my channel to ask if I would do reviews. That was one I was really curious in, but I've had to say no to so many things because I just don't have enough time to do them all. So I'm trying to pick and choose things that I think are interesting. I do have another one of those Android TV boxes that will be I'll be looking at, and then I've got a couple that I just want to do that people didn't send, but I want to do. So I will say this: one of the things, one of the main reasons I have the other channel is it is a big revenue generator, and a lot of the revenue that comes over there actually comes back to here. I don't spend anything on the other channel, which is a great place to be. I take all the money that comes from that channel and I bring it in here. So that helps me pay for these retro things, help support you all and give you more things to share. So they're kind of symbiotic, but this is the place where we build community. I don't have a community over there. I just post the videos and go. So, and the folks over on that channel, they're not in the Discord. The Discord is just for retro stuff for now. So, it works for me. I like it. I mean, it gives me a chance to get to my geeky gadget side. So, let's see. So that's not one of those new phaser, right? It's really not. No, it's not. Okay, here we go. Oroboros. Thank you, Taro. Oroboros. Love it. Thank you for that. All right. So now I promised you a little teaser or a little, wrong one. I promised you that I had a bonus. Let's see. I think I have it on here. I wanted you to, oh man, did I not put it in here? Okay. So I am going to put it on here for you because I want you, I promised I had a little bonus. So I'm going to take out the SD card right here. I'm going to plug it into my computer over here. And I am going to live copy the bonus game to the SD card. Maybe I didn't do it because I was afraid you would see it beforehand. So let me come down here and grab the game. Where did I put it? So let me come up here. This is probably what I was thinking too, that I don't have. So let's do new window. Let's go to drive. And let me search for, there it is, right there. And we want, let's do the cartridge version. And there it is. We'll download that. Download anyway. I know you can't see this. Just bear with me. Let me go here. There it is. And we will throw it in. I'll actually throw it in the live stream file so they're all together. And then I'm also going to throw it into the other live stream folder here. Was it in here already? It was not. Okay, so I'll put it in there. All right, so now I can come back here and I'm going to eject the SD card. Pull it out. We're going to put it back into the Kung Fu Flash right here. And now, hopefully, the surprise will pop up. So let's go ahead. It won't pop up automatically. I have to load it. Remember the Kung Fu Flash, the way it works, the last thing that was loaded is what's loaded. So now we'll hit our menu and you'll see, here we go. IM3 by Icon 64. I think you guys are going to like this. This was a purchase, folks. This one I definitely purchased. I've been looking forward to playing this one. And what I love about it is when you purchase it, interesting, it came with, it had Retro Games Limited. Did you guys see that? So they're involved in this one. But when you purchase this, you also get some really great streaming music. I don't know if I can. Let's see if maybe I can pump some music in for you. See if it's working. Give me a chance to watch the intro here, which is a lot different than the original Impossible Mission. And I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. So you can see we get these great cut screens with the new version. We'll go ahead and hit space. And so you have 3 options: easy, medium, or hard. Impossible Mission 3. And I just think it looks fabulous. This just looks fabulous. It looks like the games we remember, right? It is cranked up there a little bit. Let me pull it down just a little bit for you. There you go. Designed by Trevor Story. Very cool. Yeah, music is good. I'm going to show you. I'm going to share something else that you get when you purchase this, which makes it a purchase. I did not get the boxed edition. I really wanted the boxed edition. I would say Icon 64, if you are out there and you want me to review the boxed edition, please feel free to send that over. I'd be happy to do it. I keep hoping that some of these folks with these boxed editions will send them over to me because I'd really like to showcase that during the live streams. I think that would be fun to get you all excited about boxed copies. I did some early box copies for MEGA65 titles and Rogue DX for the Roguecraft DX for the MEGA65. Doesn't have a boxed version yet for the Mega 65. I'm hoping I see one of those. But anyway, let's try. Easy. Impossible Mission 3. Love these graphics. Aren't they great? There you go. Got to have the original. Stay a while, stay forever. Seems like the guy's been upgraded a little bit. I love the background on this. Nothing there. Oh, he got me. Now I will say this: I never was great at this game. I always enjoyed it, but oh wait, can I do? Aren't they supposed to? There we go. Nothing found there. You know what? I'm going to skip him. Let's go over here. I'm going to figure this out. Let's see. Trying to figure out. There we go. That's what I was. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to figure out where the elevator was, and it's just right there. And you just push the joystick up and down, which is now coming back to me that's the way it was. I would really like to get. Okay, that's a wall. Uh-oh, zapped me. We'll go back over here now and try this. Now I kind of know what I'm doing. No, Steven. Try this again. Circuit piece collected. All right. Nothing found. Nothing found. Oh, didn't jump hard. Anyway, that is Impossible Mission 3. Let's just go down and check some other levels out. I am going to be spending some time with this because I've always enjoyed this game. Again, it always took me a while. Never great, but again, I did purchase this one, so the jumping always just drove me nuts. All right, so there you go. There's Impossible Mission 3. I do want to share, though, that it does come, when you buy it, it comes with some really cool stuff. So let me go ahead and turn this off. And I'm going to go ahead and show you. Let me bring my Mac over here. But you get a soundtrack, a disc. If I can bring this down. Holy cow. Let's see, let's try. Get my Mac here. There we go. And let's go ahead and close this out. Oh, I just want to close these windows. I don't want to close out Chrome. There we go. And these are the titles that you get. And they're just a lot of fun to listen to. Let's see. I think I have. Let's see if we can get this playing a few of these in here for you.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
There we go. So a little bit of the intro. Let me show you the title here.
Eliminate the agent.
Got kind of a Mission Impossible sound, but not quite the original, right? I just love that you get a soundtrack with the game when you purchase it. It's outstanding. Let's see. Let's try the ending here. I'm just giving you a little smattering. I want you to go out and get this yourself.
Your fate is sealed.
Wait, let's go back and hear that. What was that?
Your fate is sealed.
Your fate is sealed. Very cool. Is this one?
The agency will fall.
I feel like I need to cut some of these and create this in a soundboard. And every time maybe I do the news, I can do the agency. So when we start news,
The agency will fall.
here, let's see how that works. Okay, so if I were to start the news segment, hey folks, and we're going to talk about news.
The agency will fall.
What do you think? I don't know if that's the right one. I still like it though. That's pretty cool. All right, so that's that one. Let's see. What's the secret demo?
You will regret this.
Ooh, that could be good for the demo. You'll regret this. So that would look like this. All right, folks, we're going to go into the demo.
You will regret this.
Hey, this is getting some good ideas here. I don't know if the folks over at Impossible Mission 3 would have a problem with me doing this, but that's cute. I like that. Sarah doesn't believe the samples are as good as the old ones. Really? You don't think? Here's another one here. Let's hear the orchestral trailer. Let's hear what this one sounds like. Oh, I like that. I wonder if I should use some of this music for my pre-show. I wonder if there's somebody I could reach out to ask them if I could use this music for my pre-show as long as I gave them credit. Here's the extended. Yeah, this adds about a minute to it. Here's the ending. Hey, there's one on here called Funky Mix. That could be cool. I guess if I get a YouTube strike on this, I'll know whether I can use this or not. That's why I did it at the end, because I can always edit this out if I need to. Now, somebody spent some time on this. Here's our funky mix. We gotta get a funky mix in here. Good 70s sound. Like that. Cool. I can listen to that one. That's a good one. What's a smooth jive mix? What's this one? Let's hear. Oh, I'd like to make this my opening. That'd be fun. Hey, look over there at Shaft. Shut your mouth. That's really good. I like that one. That's good. Let's see. Special Agent Mix. We've heard that. And then let's just take, let's listen to this Arcade Days loader. Let's do the synth mix and then we'll call it a day. Oh, that's got a good synth sound to it. Just talking about Shaft. You know, Evil J, you and I are probably the only ones who got all that. I think so too, Death Row. Good. So for me, this just added to the value of the purchase to get IM4. So I highly recommend that you go out and support Impossible Mission 3 for the game, the sounds. I think I will. I'm going to see if I can figure out who to reach out to on twitch.io. And I think I'm going to see if they would let me use some of their music for my live streams. I think it could add a little life to the live streams. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think. All right. You know what? Let me check my notes here. Let me make sure I did not miss anything. Let's see. I just come over here. Let's see. We talked about that one. Bonus demo. Oh, the cartridge. I did load the CRT file. I did want to give you some information. That cartridge, that CRT file that I loaded from the Kung Fu Flash, is a 512K cartridge, which is really kind of cool. And this is the official third entry in the classic series. The new mechanics include an EMP gun, explosives, 3D lifts, 30 speech samples. Now that's interesting. And then it comes with a CRT or a .D64, whichever you choose. Either one will load perfectly fine on the Kung Fu Flash, but with the Kung Fu Flash, the CRT file is just perfect. You could also run it as a cartridge in the Commodore 64 core on the MEGA65. And again, we ran all of these things from the MEGA65. Again, really just highlighting the compatibility of this MEGA65 for anything we want to do, not only in the MEGA65 world, but the C64 with the C64 core. So I just love this device. I love the MEGA65. It is my go-to retro experience machine for sure. All right. Well, I think that does it. I think we've done everything. Let's check the map and see. Well, oh, we got some really good stuff on the map. I don't know if I can zoom in on the map. I think I can't. Nope. It does not let me zoom, which is unfortunate. I wish I could, but look at it. Look at this. We've got representation overseas far outweighs my United States colleagues. You can take a look at that. Let's see as we go out here. Let's just check the credits and see who. Oh, Evil J, look at you. 45 in the chat for you. 34 for Taro. Beatles in at 34. Looks like a tie for second with Taro. Java J's coming in heavy, being a new member of the channel and support of the channel at 29. Mr. Landfill's at 23. Jan is at 22. Sarah at 18. Xander coming in at 17. LD at 17. Death Row, new guy. Good to have you here, Death Row, at 17. Paul coming in at 16. Another new watcher of the live stream. Good to have all of our new folks. Really appreciate you guys joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Motorade, Martin, Marcus at 14, Motorade, Martin at 11, No Brew at 10, Boomerman Dan Webb at 9. Mislav, our executive producer, sneaked in a little bit for us. CRH 53280 at 9. James at 7. A lot of good chat. Neil, Curtis, DeYoung, Zedless, Rialto, Jamie Sackshak in for 2, Stuart Geddes at 2, Randy Way. Oh, I missed Randy. Randy, I'm sorry. I think I missed your chats. Ubeli was in. Jimmy Z was here. Good to have you here, Jimmy Z. I was here. Claudio in at 1, PC Expert at 1, Jupwise at 1, Osman Talayman at 3:30 had 1. Mike Dancy was in here. I think I missed Mike too. Mike Card. A lot of mics today. Chris Wall and Spin Dizzy. Good to have each of you in here today. Okay, again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you go down there below and become a member of the channel. That's where you get all the great goodies and everything and get a chance to be in the Discord. All right. And again, 2 weeks from now, oh wait, we have a hello from Pennsylvania. Somebody's trying to get us in there. There we go. Jimmy Z, hello from Pennsylvania. Good to have you there. Thanks for popping in. And here's another. Oh my gosh, PC Expert wants to get his. Make sure he gets his on the list from Auburn. He's just right up the road from me, which is great. Let's see. There you go. 2 more North American people. I love it. Thank you, Java J. So get my fellow North Americans in here. But of course, we always love having our European and overseas folks. And looks like we have somebody down in Madagascar. Did you see that? That's pretty cool. Thanks for the stream. Looking forward to the next one. Yes. And in the next one, don't forget, it's an all MEGA65, all Amiga core. We're going to dig into it and just have a ton of fun with it. So, hey folks, that is it for me. I'm going to see if I can do this thing right here where I go boom and start a little music for us, and I'll leave the chat open for a little bit more. We will leave the map up so that you can post some last minutes things on the map if you want to do that. And that's it for me. retroCombs out. See you in 2 weeks. Thanks. I had a blast. Sorry I had a little problem there with some of the stuff, but I'm getting better at this. It's getting better. Thanks, folks. See you next time. Have a great weekend. Enjoy that soccer game. Later, Gator. you nailed it, John J. on the Babbling Brook. You got it. Just throwing up a few more chats up here for you guys while we sign off. Hope you're enjoying the music. It's the best community. I love it. Yes, Marcus, agreed. Best place to be every other Sunday. Thanks for joining. You are very welcome. Oh, very nice, Beals. Love this community and channel. Thanks all for being awesome. Yes, every one of you are awesome. Thank you for joining. Oh, good. Good week ahead. Outstanding. Super fun time. Great, Jimmy Z. Glad. Hopefully we'll see you again in 2 weeks. We'll have another super fun time, right? You're very welcome. One of these days I'll get your name right. So... says Joseph. Hey, Joseph. Good to see you. retroCombs, you scored over Spain. Yes! Outstanding. How's that going anyway? Anybody know the score? I know. Everybody's like, why is he on? He just signed off. I just thought we'd do something different, all right? I'm just kind of... Since we're going through the music here. Wow, hello from Shangri-La. I'm pretty sure that doesn't... Let's see. Oh, there it is. Look at that. There you go. Shangri-La. Outstanding. Let's see. I feel like we need another song. Let's go ahead and do, here's the extended trailer. Let's do that. Do I have 3 minutes? Okay. And it did. Thank you. You're very welcome, Mark. Thank you so much. Again, thanks for being an executive producer. Let me see if I can figure this out, by the way. Oh, I have you here. This is really odd, Martin. I see you on one list, but I don't see you on another. Try to retro at least once a day. Some way something pops up for me. Nober says, thank you, Steve. Thanks for chat. It's been nice chilling in here. See y'all next time. We're all starting the user group meetups and the demo party soon. There you go. I love that. Thanks to see. Yeah, me too. I'm thanks for hanging around. Go from movie to VCF for more user group meeting info and the future demo coming to the USA. Very good. Jimmy. retroCombs can also recommend you that mod, the Lost Floppy Stick. Sounds good. That's where I'll take a look at it. Thank you for that. I think that is it, guys. I think we are out of here. Oh, that's one more minute. Oh no, why did it do that? That's not a good way to end. Dag nabbit. I wanted to hear the end. Let me bring it back up here and we'll get the end. Hold on. I do not like that. Use that. This goes back to where we were. We were about right here. There we go. There we go. What Eric says, sorry I missed the show. Looking forward to checking it out on the repos. There you go, Eric. Make sure you check it out. We had a great time. We're just finalizing some stuff here. See you in a couple weeks. All right. Here we go. We're headed out.